AI agents are no longer a futuristic concept. They're already transforming the way we all work on each single day. All top tech companies are heavily investing in AI agent related frameworks or no code platforms, considering that they are the future. And the best part is, without writing a single piece of code, anyone can build an AI agent using multiple no code platforms are available in the market. In today's short video, I'm going to show you how anyone can build an AI agent without writing a single piece of code using make.com. Before building an AI agent, it is important to understand some key concepts. LLM full form is large language models. Basically, it is an AI brain that was trained on humongous amount of text so that it can understand and respond like a human. I have two different scenarios that I wanted to pass it to LLM to respond. In scenario one, I'm asking the LLM to give me a draft email content on importance of AI training, very generic query. But whereas in scenario two, I'm asking LLM to provide me a draft email response looking into my Gmail account. Let's look at how ChatGPT responds. I'm passing scenario one input to ChatGPT, and it is able to respond back with a summarized information on an importance of AI training. Let me give scenario two, which is specific to my Gmail account. You observe that the response from ChatGPT is that I cannot access your Gmail inbox because I haven't provided my Gmail account access to ChatGPT. As a result, it is unable to look into my email. This will be solved using an AI agent. Let's look at an example. Suppose I need to build an email agent and I'm setting up a goal to look into my Gmail inbox every day at 8 a.m. I'm also giving access to Google Calendar so that it can build a draft email response. I also wanted the email agent to add a new row in Google Sheet so that I would know how many draft emails been generated on each day. I'm passing this goal to an LLM along with the respective tools like Gmail, Google Calendar, and Google Sheets so that the LLM can produce the required output. Let me walk you through some of the key components or terms used in AI agent. An AI agent will have a goal on what is the end objective that an AI agent has to perform. LLM acts as a brain behind an AI agent. React is an AI agent framework. It has two components. One is reasoning and act. So what it does, it has a step-by-step thinking based on whatever prompting that you provided, and it acts depending on the tools, whatever you provided. The next part is memory. Memory helps an AI agent to remember all the past interactions. Guardrail is basically a boundary what you are setting up an AI agent on what not to do. For example, if you are building an email agent, I will be explicitly stating an AI agent not to share my personal information so that it will not disclose any of my personal details. RAG is another key component of an AI agent. RAG full form is Retrieval Augmented Generation. It is primarily responsible for retrieving the right information from the tools that you provided. It will also ensure that the generated response from AI agent is more accurate and relevant. Uh, and MCP full form is Model Context Protocol. It acts as a universal adapter for LLM to connect to multiple tools what you are providing to an AI agent. And what I provided is a very high level details on RAG and MCP. If you want to learn more, you can go through multiple videos available in YouTube. And finally, it provides the desired outcome or solution uh, by leveraging all these components. So by and large, this is the high level definition of an AI agent. An AI agent is like a helpful robot brain to look at information and remember, and it will also make decisions autonomously. So you don't need to explain every single step on what to do. Depending on the query, depending on the response, it will make the decisions autonomously. So that is the primary behavior of an AI agent. These are some of the no-code platforms available in the market. We will be building an AI agent using make.com shortly. There are other frameworks also like Zapier, N8N. If you are a programmer, you wanted to build your own AI agents through code, these are some of the top popular frameworks available in the market. With that, I will log in into make.com and start building an AI agent. So when you give the URL make.com, you can just log in. And since I already have my credentials created, I can directly log in. If you are first time logging in, there is an easy sign up process. You can just give your email ID and details so that you will be able to create an account. And let me logging in. Make.com has a free plan without buying a license. They provide 1,000 credits per month, which is decent enough to build a good number of agents. This is a use case. I am building an AI agent using make.com. I'm setting up a goal for an AI agent to look into my Gmail inbox every day at 8 a.m. I'm also giving access to my Google Calendar. I'm expecting the agent to build a draft email response for every new email received. I also wanted a new row to be added to the Google Sheet. These are the tools I need to provide. In make.com, these are the different modules that I need to configure to build email agent. The first step is I need to create an AI agent by giving the respective goals. After that, by using different modules like Gmail, Google Calendar, and Google Sheets, I need to build a workflow so that an AI agent will receive all this information from my Gmail and Google Calendar. It will generate the automated response and it will send to the Gmail and Google Sheet. So I clicked on AI agents and click on create agent button to create my make.com AI agent. Under this drop down, you need to choose the connection that is created to connect to the agent. I already have a connection established, so I'm selecting it. So for the first time, you could click on this add button to create the connection. I'm giving the agent name as email agent. Under this model dropdown, you have various options from small to large LLMs. Since the email agent, what you are building is a very simple one, I'm selecting small. Your token consumption is also depending on what model that you are choosing. If you have OpenAI API or Google Gemini API, you can also directly configure those modules without using the make AI agent. Those options are also available. And under the system prompt, this is a very important step. Here you need to set the goal that an AI agent has to perform. Since I already have the system prompt that is readily available to save time, I'm copy pasting. What it primarily does is I'm asking the email agent to review my unread emails and build an email response using the pleasing tone. I'm also telling what is the email format and also how many lines of email response it has to include. And then I'm also building a workflow on what workflow to be used by the agent. So let me copy paste the system prompt here. I'm clicking on save button. If you scroll down, if you have any additional documents that you wanted to provide as an input or tool to AI agent, under this context button, you can add those documents. For example, if you are building an email agent for a corporate, you can provide FAQs, you can provide any relevant material to the AI agent so that it can refer all those documents before responding the email. But in this case, I'm not adding any additional information. You also have option to build MCP servers, much more advanced concept. And tools, if you already have additional scenarios that are built, there is an option to supply those tools as well. Here in this scenario, I'm not using any of them just to keep it simple. I'll just click on save button. Now I'll go to scenarios, clicking on a create new scenario. Here, the beauty of make.com is it has more than 3000 plus applications or tools that you can integrate with. And it also has capability to integrate with your ERP applications or any of your in-house applications using this custom webhook method. It has multiple modules starting from WhatsApp, Telegram, your Google Drives, Google Email, like that, depending on the scenario, depending on the use case, it has the flexibility to select any of the tools. So for the email agent, what I'm building, basically we need a Gmail module. So I'm selecting Gmail. And here there are multiple triggers depending on what you want. Here in this scenario, I am selecting search email because I wanted the AI agent to select my email inbox. So I'm selecting search email. After that, it will ask for the Gmail connection. Since I already have the Gmail connection, it is by default selected. If you want on how to create the connection, you can just go to online help. It's very simple. It'll ask for the Gmail credentials, and automatically once you build it, the connection is established. So here in the filters, I'm leaving it as simple filter, and folders. I wanted the AI agent to only look into the personal email inbox. So I'm selecting personal. Label, I don't require it at this stage. And criteria, I only wanted the unread messages to be looked into it. So I'm specifically saying only look into the unread messages. I'm keeping the limit of these emails to only two, to not to consume so many credits. Just click on save button. Now let me save this agent. Personal assistant. Just click on save. The next step is to provide my Google Calendar access. Just to show you, I have purposely kept certain days like 16th and 17th as a busy so that it will be able to fetch this information. So I am going to adding one more module as Google Calendar. You can search for it. Yeah, Google Calendar. Here the event I'm selecting it as I wanted to fetch all my calendar availability. So I'm selecting this tool, this option. Again, it will ask for the Google Calendar connection. So I'm selecting my default connection that is already established. And here I'm setting up the criteria or the range of the time duration that I wanted to give access to. Uh, so once you select this one, it has multiple functions that are available. So I'm going to date time functions, and I wanted to give access to the next 1 month calendar availability in my Google Calendar. So I'm selecting now. It starts from today. And two, I can add a simple function to add months. I wanted for the next 1 month, so I'm giving today's date plus 1 month so that it will have the access to all the next 1 month of my calendar availability. Since it is a mandatory one, I'm also selecting what is the calendar, the primary calendar of Kfocus is what I am giving access to. I'm clicking on save. So we are done with these two modules. Now these two details I need to pass it to the AA agent that we built using this AA agents option. So I'm adding another module here. I'm selecting make AA agents. The action what I wanted is I wanted to run the agent. So I'm selecting run an agent. So under this drop down, I'm selecting the email agent what I created. So I'm leaving tools and all rest of the options as it is. Here the important step is to give an explicit prompting message. So I'm selecting add item. I also have the prompt that is readily available. So I'm just copy pasting. What I'm asking is you are an email agent, you are responding to a draft email response where I'm passing the email content and also the Google Calendar information so that I'm passing both the details to the email agent. So here, so the moment I put a cursor here, you would see that both the modules, whatever I added, Gmail and Google Calendar, you have the every field from my Gmail, you can access and pass it to the AI agent, including the subject of the email, to, from email, uh, and also, if it has any other attachments, you have an option to refer every single field. So I wanted only the email text body. So I'm selecting email text body. And here I need to pass it Google Calendar availability. So here I have the free and busy information that I'm passing it to the Google agent. And I click on save. Again, I'm saving my scenario. After that, I need to create a router because I need two different actions to happen. One, sending a draft email, and the other one is adding a row in Google Sheets. So I'm adding a router. So here I'm adding the Gmail module again. Here I wanted a draft email to be sent so that you can search for draft email. So this is creating a draft email is what I'm choosing. Again, it will ask for the same Gmail connection. So since I already have Gmail connection, it is by default selected. In the to recipient, I'm adding my own email ID because I wanted the emails to be in a draft mode. So I'm giving my own email ID. In the subject, I'm selecting it from whatever the original subject that is received. The body content, I'm keeping it as a collection of contents, or you also have an option of keeping it in HTML format. Here under the body content, I'm passing the response that is received from the AI agent. So I'm selecting this response that is come up from the AI agent into my email content or email body. And it also has other options to provide, additional attachments or any other signature content, but I'm keeping it very simple by passing only the email text. I'm clicking on save button. Here, the last step is I need to add a Google Sheet. So I already have a Google Sheet created in my Google Drive with the name email daily log. So I'm adding my next module as a Google Sheets. I'm selecting the action as adding a row. Again, it will ask for the Google connection. I'm keeping it as a, selecting from my drive. Here, I need to choose the file. So I'm selecting the path where I saved my Google Sheet. This is the one, email daily log. And it will also ask for the sheet. So if I look at my Google Sheet, it has only one worksheet. So I'm selecting the sheet name as sheet one. Here, the moment I selected the sheet, whatever the columns that I created here, you see that all those columns are auto-populated. So here I wanted the email from, I'm mapping it to the from email received in my Gmail, and the subject, I'm mapping it to the subject, and the draft response, whatever is generated by the make AI agent, and create a date, I'll give it as a system date. That's it. I'm clicking on save. With that, I built my AI agent. Before running the AI agent, let me quickly show you the emails that are existing in my inbox. I have one email from my friend asking my availability next week, just to demonstrate how AI agent would respond looking into my calendar. And I have another email on insurance, ICICI insurance payment reminder, which is due on 20th December. Let's see how my email agent is going to respond back. So I'm just marking both the emails as unread, and my email daily log is currently empty. My Google Calendar, I have some days I marked it as a busy. Now let's go and run the agent. When you are running the AI agent, there are multiple options, including you can schedule the AI agent to run it on a particular interval, like every half an hour, every 1 hour. You can schedule it per day, per week, per month, multiple options. Since I'm only demonstrating the scenario, I selected on demand and I'm activating the scenario. Let me click on run once and see the magic. So you see that it has already picked it up, my emails. If you go to output section, you'll be able to see that, yeah, it is successfully retrieved my ICICI email, and it is passed it to the Google Calendar, and the Google Calendar also provided my availability. And AI agent is also executed both my email operations. So you see the input section where it passed the my insurance related email, and under the output section you'll be able to see that there's a response generated by an AI agent. And here you would see that my emails are created in the draft mode. I also have the details entered into Google Sheets. So let me go to my inbox, go to the draft section. You would see that these two emails are generated in my inbox. So thank you, reach out to. I'm glad to connect. My calendar shows 4th December is booked. So I can offer these slots because as you observed, my Google Calendar 14th is not available. On 15th, these are the time slots. These are the only time slots that are available. So it is able to offer those time slots. Look into the other email. Thank you for the reminder regarding the payment quotations. You see that it is as if like somebody manually written the email. So it is very crisp and clear response. I have it in my draft email response. I can just review it and send it to the insurance agent. Let's look at the email daily log. You would see that it has two entries created. Let me format it. So that you see this is the email response and this is the email response of my second email. That's it, folks. So it is so easy to build an AI agent without writing a single piece of code. I'll be building more and more AI agents using make.com and post it in my YouTube reference. Thanks for watching.